how much should I start my packages with? How do I roll out start business to the public? And what can I do to keep my business consistent on top of full-time job and also, you know, just kind of issues on personal life as well.
Mm-hmm. So essentially you are at ground zero and you're looking to start.
Yep.
Yes. And you said, how do you start your package or how do you price your package?
How do I price it, kind of start my package?
So I always say you want to start 3 months, $1,500, 6 months, $2,400, 1 year, $4,200. Now, if you're somebody who says, I've never done a sales call, I have no sales background, I get discouraged if I hear no a few times, I just want clients for testimonials, I want to test if the program works. If that's you, then you can downsell a little bit to like 900 for 3 months. But I think you're undercutting yourself at that point and just got to get better at sales. And you really don't need testimonials for the beginning because your beginning clients are going to be people that already know you and trust you.
For sure.
So that's maybe if you wanted to do that.
So I've done sales calls in the past. Of course, I work at a, you know, corporate gym. So I had to call out, you know, sell myself as well, especially in the beginning. So I do have that knowledge of how to get somebody to be like, hey, you know, I'll get on your schedule today, you know. Yeah. So it's I'm pretty good with that, especially now I'm a little bit more outgoing than how I was in the beginning. So it makes more sense to just kind of go with the flow instead of like how we talked about the other day, being like that, you know, that kind of like grid line of, all right, what should I say? I just kind of go with the flow, let them.
And I will say in-person training, selling packages like that is night and day different than
for sure
the online. Let me explain why. What's a gym that you worked at?
I still work at Waverly Oaks right now.
Waverly Oaks, okay. Waverly Oaks does all the hard work. They get the people off the couch, come through the front door, buy a gym membership, and gets them to walk in through the door. The equivalent of that is to get on Instagram, is online, is to get someone to find out about who you are, get interested in what you're offering, actually stand up to take action for that, and then be okay with paying you thousands of dollars to a stranger. Whereas the gym, it's a local gym, you read reviews, you meet people. Sales in the gym should be the easiest thing because they're already legitimately in the door, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're good, I'm not saying you're bad, but it is totally different.
Sure.
Any sales background is better than zero sales background though. So that's what I would price your packages at.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's a good one. Especially to start out, you know, it just kind of gives me a baseline of where to be at and of course expand from there.
If you're closing above 50% and you've had at least 5 calls, your prices are too low. So you got to increase it. You closing at 20%, 15%, and you feel as though that you're really good at sales, your probably prices are too high, right? Because people are saying no. You want people to say no, but not all the time. So you want to be in the 30 to 50% range. 50% would be like an elite trainer, that elite salesperson. Your sweet spot is like 30, 35%. Bottom of the barrel of acceptable is 25%.
Awesome.
Second question, what was it?
It was, how do I roll out, start business to public, as in like, you know, social media pretty much on how to get my name out there a little bit more, but actually being like, hey, now I'm starting training, come to me or talk to me about it, you know.
So the very first thing someone does when they join my program, we call it the 7-day push. We have a 3-day launch sequence embedded into there. So essentially in 3 days, you're posting 6 times. Day 1 videos are basically, I call it 1A, is a viral type post saying, hey, my name is Kuzi. I'm an online trainer focused on this niche and I post free content every day. Follow me. 1B is a little bit about your story, telling your people like, here I am, here's what I struggled with, here's what I did to overcome it, and here's where I am now, right? Out the mud, let's call it.
Yeah.
1B is a thank you. So the next day is a thank you. Hey, thanks to everyone for listening. Special announcement tomorrow, right? So people are buying into your story. Think of it as like Netflix episodes.
Yeah.
So you're thanking them for the support from the video yesterday when you opened up to social media. And then you're saying at the end of that video, special announcement, be on the lookout for tomorrow. And then day 3 is that of the launch is that, hey, I'm looking for 5 insert niche that want to insert goal in insert time frame. So that's how like I officially would launch. Granted, you have your Instagram set up and all that stuff.
Yeah. So pretty much it's a viral video in the bio, niche, and then it's story with like, you know, telling about myself and all that stuff, thanking the people and kind of like pre-launch and then launch pretty much.
Right. And your launch will be like 50% off, 5 people only, new case study program for this person.
For the niche.
Yes.
Cool. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it.
And I'm trying to get through with this. And then the last one was, what can I do to keep my business consistent on top of, full-time job pretty much?
It's all about time management, man. So take me through a typical day of like when you wake up and what your whole day looks like till you put your head on your pillow on an average day.
So right now, what's pretty cool is I do have like space in between my, clients.
Yeah.
So I wake up.
What time? Give me times.
I wake up 5:30, 5 around there, depending on the day. Wake up, have breakfast, brush my teeth, all that, kind of simple routine.
Yeah.
Self-care stuff. Head to work since it's pretty close. So I leave like 30 minutes before I need to get in there. Start my morning clients.
Give me times for every step. Give me at what time. Because what we're going to do is we're going to break down to see where holes are in your calendar. And then, okay, here's how you manage your time.
I will start at 6:30, have clients until maybe 12, 11:30 around there, 12.
Back to back, no break. You're going 6 hours.
Days depending if the people cancel sometimes. So let's say an hour break in between, let's say.
Okay.
And 12 o'clock workout for myself, go home, eat.
Times.
Say around 12, workout, get back home, 1 o'clock, eat till 1:30. And then I have pretty good amount of time till I get back to work.
Time.
So let's say 4 p.m. I get back to work and work till 7. And then go home.
Bro, you got nothing but time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is light work. So 7 p.m. you get back home?
Yep. So that's like right now, I think I'm going to start working a little bit more like straight through with a little bit of time in, because some of my night clients have kind of gone to the morning. So
So schedule your posts. If you can batch create your content on the weekends, schedule your posts to go out Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. You don't have to worry about hopping on Instagram real quick and posting. It's already going to go out, scheduled, done. Is that going to be front-loaded work? Yes. But do you want to get it done? Yes. So that's the way you do it. So you're not scrambling to put some crap together 10 minutes before you need to post. During your lunch break, you can answer people, like DM people that have liked, commented, viewed your story, people who have engaged with you. You can send out, say, your first 25 messages in that 1 hour break when someone cancels. Okay, then you go home and eat. As you eat, another, say, 10 messages sent out. So now you're at 35 messages for the day. And you're responding to people who responded to your initial 25. So that's as you eat. And then you have a 2.5 hour break. I'm assuming, let's say it's a 30-minute ride. You have a 2 hour break. In that 2 hours, you are sending more messages. So you can get all your messages done here. So send another 15. So that's your 50 messages for the day. Answering people. Hey, you can post a story here. Throughout the day at any time, it takes 2 seconds to post a story. I would post one of you like training a client and showing how you're a trainer and stuff like that. And then that 2 hours can be a little bit of like admin work, whatever you have to do for that. And when you get home, you got another 2 hours, right? 7 o'clock to 9, do whatever else you have to do. Answer messages, take calls. Now, a good problem you'll have is when you have to book a 1 hour call, you have to fit the 1 hour in these time blocks here. But that'll be a good problem to have.
For sure. And about I've been using Trainerize, so I've been doing a test dummy with some of my friends and all that stuff just to get me used to the app, because I ran into it and I was like, this is going on. So what about like doing the training and all that stuff, like adding programs and stuff like that? Does that,
you mean time wise in here, or how do you do it?
Yeah, just is that
that's more like admin work in your 2 hours. Once you make a workout program, the way I make my Trainerize workout programs is separated by days and equipment. So 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week workout. Gym home 3 days a week, gym home 4 days a week, gym home 5 days a week, gym home 6 days a week. So anyone that comes to me and says, Mike, I want to work out 4 times a week at the gym. Boom, I already got one. Mike, I want to work out 3 times a week, but it's at home and I have this equipment. Cool. I already have kind of a templated thing and I customize it a little bit depending on what equipment they have at home. So once you build it out, you don't really have to build it from scratch, and it should take you 15 minutes to put together a workout program because you have the bones of it already done.
The master program.
Right.
Cool. Makes sense. Yeah. Awesome. And another big one was like, you know, you follow me now on like Instagram and all that stuff. What can I do better as a person / trainer on social media to kind of get myself out there as well? I'm new to it because, you know, I started maybe July. So it's kind of hard to kind of think of content and also be able to, again, be myself in front of everybody.
So follow the viral framework that I showed you today.
Oh, yeah, I saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
I need to put in there.
Yeah. So that'll be lights out for you. You're just not following it right now. I know that. Which is obviously you don't know about it, so that's why. But stay consistent with that, and then just consistency. Instagram less consistency. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. every single day of the week, 2 to 3 stories every day. Keep showing up, and you hit the different funnels, different points of the funnel every time. And we talked about top of funnel, middle of funnel, where you kind of nurture and talk, and then bottom of funnel, those people on the fence that you got to get off the fence.
Sure. And with stories and posts, what's the difference between that? How many stories, how many posts should I really be doing a day?
Posts 1 a day minimum. The more the merrier, because that just gives you, the more shots you take, the more chance you are to make it, right? Stories minimum 3 a day, I'd say. And stories are meant to be like day in the life stuff. So like you eating, like, hey, here's my meal today. I have this, I have this, I have this. Just take them through your 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. and like what your day in the life looks like. Get people to relate to you and know that you're a human, not just a fitness robot that talks about bicep curls.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. Awesome. Thank you.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I thought about because, you know, again, with like the training stuff and all that stuff, I'm pretty good with, because I have a big background of, you know, sports and everything.
That's usually the case. Let's see how much time we got. That's usually the case with trainers. Like, you guys are great at what you do, but you just don't know how to market and sell. So let me explain how the funnel works. So viral video gets, let's say, 1 million views. Okay. Out of those 1 million views, let's say you're going to get 10,000 comments. Okay. From 10,000 comments, we have an AI reply to all the comments and then initiate a DM. Once you're in the DM, your goal is not to sell in the DM. Your only goal in the DM is to get them on a sales call. On the sales call, it's your job to ethically convince somebody who is convinced they can't afford you, who has made poor decisions in regards to investing in their health leading up to this point, who is naturally skeptical talking to a stranger, to convince them to give you a lot of money because you know that you can help them. And that's all sales is. So the transference of trust from you as the expert, knowing that you can help this person, into someone who is naturally skeptical as a consumer.
For sure.
From the sales call, right, you're going to charge, let's say, $2,000 per package. Okay, you get them in Trainerize, you give them a world-class experience, you help John lose 20 pounds. Great. Now, how do we get John, that has just lost 20 pounds, to build muscle and be a long-term client? Because if you have a business where it's get new client, lose client, get new client, lose client, you're just going to keep going in this circle and you're going to burn out. If we can keep John for another year and then charge $6,000 for a back-end retention package, which I'll talk about tomorrow, how much is John now worth? 2,000 plus 6,000 is 8,000, right? So now you just went from John, or each client, only being worth 2,000 because now you have a retention offer. John trusts you. John knows you can get him results. He's not skeptical anymore, and you're offering him a discount to continue at a longer rate. Obviously, it's more overall, but it's discounted. John's going to say, no problem. Here's my money. And that's how you build a 7-figure coaching business.
Definitely.